Hello, it's the Historical Commission in all our glory, 4 of us tonight, good for us. For those of you at home that aren't in the evening, you're having breakfast and you're watching this rerun, you know, I feel sorry for you.
Little life.
There's better stuff on there, no? Okay. But I know a lot of you do watch it, and I appreciate it. You're usually telling me at Dippin' Donuts all the things that I've said that I don't remember, but that's okay. So we're here, it's January 14. We are going to have a public hearing at 6:40, so actually that's 7 minutes away. In the meantime, I'm entertaining a motion to accept the minutes from December, which were sent out to you. Everybody goes quiet. You know, it's just like a classroom. All right.
I know what's in my vote.
Any issues?
Nothing I know of.
You happy with them, Mike?
Yeah, they're good.
All right. You want to make a motion?
I make a motion, we accept the minutes of December as written by me.
Okay. Second?
Second?
All right. Any discussion? Hearing none, go to a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right. Minutes done. I'm going to hold on the financial update. We'll do that a little bit later.
I've got minutes here for 10/8, Ed. It's
Yeah, the October ones, because they weren't here last meeting.
The what?
October minutes.
Yeah.
Were they taken care of?
I think we did them.
I didn't have them last month, so
Oh.
I brought them tonight.
You did. Do you have them in front of us?
Yeah, they're together with the December ones.
All right.
And for 9/19 too.
Then I will accept a motion to accept the minutes for October. Michael.
A motion that we accept the minutes of 10/8/19 as written.
All right. Tricia?
Second?
All right. Any corrections, additions, deletions, remembrances? Hearing none, we'll vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And the minutes are accepted from October also. Okay? Is that it on minutes, or you got another set?
That's it.
We're clear. We're going to skip the financial update in the 5 minutes that we've got available to us. David, how about telling us about your sign, which the people at home can see,
Yeah,
or maybe not. Is it in the wrong place?
Yep,
I'm not going to stand and hold it.
I understand that.
Look at this.
I'm gonna place it over here if you don't mind wearing that camera.
Tell me if you need to have it moved, I'll go over and adjust it.
Oh, I can't hear you right now, wait a
Oh,
minute.
very nice wording.
it works, I think, I hope.
You have to speak louder, Ed.
Does it look good? Want it tilted? Oh, he's grimacing. We don't have this sideshow all the time, you know, this is good. People are gonna start to come to these meetings to see it live.
That'll be the
I
day.
think so. Anyway, about a half a year ago, I had to take my son to the Thompson transfer station to get rid of a refrigerator and stuff. And when we went, I noticed that there was a sign on their shack that basically said, "Don't throw away Thompson's history." Thought it was a good idea, brought it before the commission. We thought it was a good idea. There was some money left over from a Mauser grant. I talked to the Mauser committee, and they, by email, approved the expenditure of that leftover money to create this sign. And it was done at Graphics Unlimited. Basically says, "Don't throw away Dudley's history." My intention is to put it up at the transfer station, just above the hopper for the trash, on the garage door header.
Okay.
I'll probably get that up this week.
Good.
So there it is. Old photos or letters, books, ledgers, antique historical items, any material or items that reflect on Dudley's history. Please give such items to the attendant on duty, on behalf of us. There it is.
Good.
Great.
Good job.
I think
Is
it'll
it
get
weather
some
resistant
action.
and all that good stuff?
It should be I'm not exactly sure what the backing is, but the lettered part is vinyl.
Well, it's an outdoor sign, not an indoor.
It is an
store.
outdoor
sign,
That's
yes.
all we need.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
solid.
I think it's great. I think it's
It's a
wonderful.
good job. Graphics Unlimited did it, so it's gonna,
Which one is that in?
Yeah, where were they?
well, we
It's
do all our other
right next
signs.
to the Dollar General,
Across from the new Donkey Drive.
just past 21.
Oh, of course, I know where
Across
they
from
are.
us?
Before you go
Yes,
down Donkey
yes,
Drive.
yes, on the right-hand
Okay.
side.
Yeah.
I've heard they
Just
do-
before the gas station and then
I've heard they
the
do
bridge.
beautiful work, and now that I can see
Napa.
they do beautiful
Okay.
work.
Good. All right, we look forward to having it up there and see if anything happens then.
Hmm?
I will say the attendance up there, the two Pauls and whoever has to cover when neither of the two Pauls is available, are very good about making sure if something comes through and it went to take it or leave it, and it looks like it might be of interest, they just put it aside for me.
Yeah.
But this will be great, now people will know.
Hopefully. Can't hurt.
No, no, at least
Because-
we can make the decision.
In the last 3 or 4 years, Aura has had fantastic stuff brought into her office from people out on the street. Just mind-blowing stuff that's out
Well,
there.
have we ever, would we ever get to see that? I
Yeah.
mean, would this committee get to look at it?
Well, I don't know if we'd let you look at it, but we look at
I
it.
mean, maybe a peek,
Okay.
Oh, okay.
a photograph of it? Take it on
Most of it,
your,
if
take a
it's
picture on
an
your
old
phone.
document or something, then we just put it
It was
in.
a 1734 deed that walked in off the street. It was a copy,
Really?
not the same format as the one they have downstairs in the clerk's office. A different format, but the same material. It walked in off the street. Some jamoke had it,
Wow.
brought it in.
You never
Well,
know.
Not a jamoke, some nice person.
Some nice person.
Thank you.
That's
And
what
how
it
would you
is.
spell Jamoke? No.
I gotta write it down.
It doesn't matter, it's preserved now on audio too, and visual. All right, at 6:40, we're gonna open up the public hearing. It's for 14 Lakeview Avenue,
144, isn't it?
No, 14.
14, yes.
Oh.
There is a 144, and they got confused, and I had to drive up and down a couple
Is
times.
that the one at the foot of Lake of Oakwood Ave?
Yes, it's the one with the big red X that the fire department
Yeah,
put on
it
their
says
years.
Yeah. Oh, that's the property.
Yes,
Are you the owner?
I am.
Are you from New York?
No, the man I bought it from, his estate, he was from New York, he died, and his children
I
or
see.
somebody.
And you purchased it?
I did.
Okay, I knew there was a New York
This is
connection.
Conrad Allen.
Nice to meet you, Conrad Allen.
Nice to meet you, Happy New Year.
Yeah, finally. Good. So we are here. We will do the public hearing. Let me explain it a little bit. We're going to, it's open. We're going to discuss the property. Conrad can make his statements about what he's planning on doing with it. And we can ask questions. He can ask questions of us. And when we're done satisfying our curiosity, then we'll close it and we'll vote on whether or not the property is significant. And that's the word we're looking for, significant structures. So significance can happen 4 different ways. If it's on the National Register, it's automatically significant. That property is not. If it has historic importance, we would consider that possibly as significant. Even architectural importance, if it were a building designed and built by a famous person, or somehow somebody significant in town, it's the only one of something in the state, that would be the kind of significance there. Or if it's got some geographical importance, do people know where it is? Have they seen it? Is it iconic? Do they know? Oh, every time I go by that building, I say, oh, isn't that nice? Isn't that interesting? And it's been there forever. So it could be any of those things, and we'll discuss those when we close the public hearing after. All right, in the meantime, Conrad, tell us what you're going to do.
That building has not been occupied for 30 years. All the heating systems, plumbing, all of that has been removed, stolen. I'm not sure how it got away.
Sounded like historical things.
Yeah, the house was built in 1949, so
Okay.
it is younger than I am, but in any event,
Yeah. None of
I
us
don't consider
think that's
myself
a
historic.
Really old, really old date.
It has been condemned by the town of Dudley's Fire Department for a number of years.
Mm-hmm.
It's a true eyesore to the neighborhood. I plan on taking the building down, with your permission,
Yep.
and putting up a colonial that my wife and I will live in.
Okay. And she's told you what that'll look like?
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. Been married 50-plus years, and I always get the last word, and,
Yes,
yes,
dear.
dear.
You know,
Good.
Wise man.
All right. Commissioners have any questions for Conrad?
I'm surprised the building's still up.
I am too. It's mostly unsafe to walk through. You know, the roof has leaked for years and years,
Yeah.
so
Oh,
it's
wow.
just
It's been unoccupied for 30 years.
30 years.
It's a,
I know that they took out the gas in 2002, because the gas company told me that.
Wow.
It's a cesspool and a dug well.
Mhm.
So by any stretch of the imagination, I don't think it would have been habitable.
Yeah.
I haven't heard that word cesspool in years.
I know. And a dug well. So there are
Yeah.
town water, town sewage there, which I'll be hooking up to.
Yeah, when I lived in that neighborhood, it was occupied. I was out of there by 65, but.
Yeah, I moved to 42 Lakeview Ave in 74. I built a house there, and then we moved over to Flaxfield Road.
Yeah.
And my wife wants to go back onto the big pond.
She likes to be on the west side.
There you go,
On the pond.
on the pond.
How's the pond, in pretty good shape? It's not-
Yeah.
Not weeded up?
Yeah, no, they got an association now, Mike, that pays $50 a year for dues to have the lake.
I know the end up on
De-weeded?
Sawmill
Yeah.
Do
Road
they
was pretty rough
de-weed
for
or
a
whatever they
while.
do?
Well, that Sawmill Road right there is only 2 feet of water.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the beavers got ready and knocked down some trees, so, in any event.
There's still an inflow and an outflow on High Pond, right?
Oh, yes, comes in from from Sawmill,
Under Sawmill.
and then goes out. It's also the town water aquifers, I'm told.
Yeah. It goes off.
Well, I grew up on that pond too. I mean, only going to the park. They called it the park when I was a kid. I mean,
Well,
we skated, swam, we did everything there.
Joe and Stacia Zamitra had a place there. My wife is their niece, and we used to go there all the time.
Yeah.
Beautiful little pond.
Yeah, it is.
Well, some of us used to swim on the other little beach at the end of Patterson.
Well, I actually swam across with my friends.
Yes.
Yeah.
At the end of Patterson
We didn't
Ave.
have to walk all the way.
Right.
No, not at the end of Patterson Ave. Yeah, at the end of Patterson
Yeah.
Ave. We'd swim from Patterson Ave and then float, we get to the middle, we couldn't swim anymore,
And
and
take
we'd
a
float
breath.
from the middle over to the park.
Yeah.
Those were the
Well,
days.
Paul Chaplin and his band and all
Yeah,
the
they used to
female
play-
groupies used to hang out there.
Yes, he used to play gingerbread, gingerbread, I remember
Short
Not
that.
gingerbread.
What?
Not gingerbread.
Yes!
Shortening bread.
Shortening bread.
Oh! Well, I always
It's
thought
close
it was,
to Christmas, I know, gingerbread.
no, I always thought it was gingerbread.
No, it's shortening bread.
But he was down there with his guitar, and he used to wash his car down there.
Yes.
Thanks, Conrad.
I'm bringing out all these
That
memories.
was
I
our-
know,
that was
they're
our moment of
wonderful.
glory at High Pond, yeah.
Yeah,
We
that
can't
was
talk about what we did yesterday, but you remember 50 years ago.
You are right on.
Good. All right, anybody else got a question for Conrad? Any questions for us?
I'm just hoping you'll give me the permission to take it down.
Sounds like it needs to come down.
All right, I'm closing the hearing.
Are you putting up a
Yeah.
one-story or a two-story?
Two-story.
Just curious.
Well, the 2 stories for resale. We're only going to live on the first floor.
47.
So it'll be like an apartment upstairs?
No. There'll be a bedroom and a bath,
Oh,
in case somebody comes to visit us.
well, you'll have many visitors if you're on the pond.
I remember. I went broke getting hamburgers and beer.
I think it's great.
All right. I'm entertaining a vote,
or motion.
a motion.
I make a motion that the property at 14
Lakeview.
Lakeview Ave does not rise to the designation
Criteria.
of significant by any means of the Dudley demolition delay bylaw.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Hearing none? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Permits granted.
Aye. Unanimous.
Thank you so much.
Well, I will have a letter probably tomorrow morning.
Yeah, I need that for the building inspector
At
to
the
get the
building
demolition permit.
department. Yeah.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Good luck to
Everybody
you.
have a healthy and happy new year.
Thank
You
you.
too.
No, that's the signing sheet.
Okay. I'll make sure. New stuff behind.
All right. Let's talk about the historic district. This has been a nice week that we just had. I received from the Massachusetts Historical Commission a lovely package, including a letter to me as the chair. Dear Mr. Bazinet, the Historical Commission is pleased to inform you that the Dudley Hill Historic District in Dudley was accepted by the National Park Service, Department of the Interior, for listing in the National Register of Historic Places on December 2, 2019. Enclosed is a certificate recognizing the designation of the district in the National Register of Historic Places. Suitable for framing.
Impressive. About time.
And for your information, an explanation of the National Register is enclosed. If you have any questions, get in touch with her. And it's signed by William Galvin, Secretary of the Commonwealth, and Brona Simon, Executive Director of the Historical Commission. So we are pleased to have that. They also included a copy of the final document. I've got to talk to them about getting it on, what do you call it?
Internet.
Internet stuff, yeah. Electronic, so that we can put it everywhere.
Is that Stevens thing still on, the revised historical commission?
I think it stays.
Still there somewhere?
Yeah, unless
Okay.
we take something off, it remains in our
Well,
archives.
Breyer did such a number on that. A lot of stuff vanished from Breyer, format-wise.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll have to check this before we got to get an electronic version anyway. And then we'll say, which we'll keep a copy of, so if it gets corrupted, we can just
Yeah.
swap it out with the original. The good thing about that is, you also have these small cards. Can you get that?
No,
No. Too tiny?
good book that camera.
It's like having the CIA around or something, you know?
Yeah.
All this electronic stuff it's going to be. In the future, I know I can have it up on the screen. But I'm going to have to do a tutorial on that.
Hold still.
Well, that's tough to do.
You're on it.
Especially him when he starts shaking, Jesus.
Now I moved it. They had enough of it. They'll know. It's a postcard. Every landowner within the district receives this. So it says, "Dear property owner, the Dudley Hill Historic District has been listed in the National Register of Historic Places. An official letter and certificate have been sent to the Dudley Historical Commission." So if they want to see it, they can contact us, and we'd be pleased. So after a decade, during which time we attempted to get funding from the state to work with us on this district, and that didn't go anywhere. And in 2012, we had our application with the Mauser Trust approved, and they gave us $10,000 for consulting. And this is now 2020, and it is finally done. So it's a good decade that we've been after this. And we'll celebrate in June, and I'd like to chat about options for doing that. It's now January, it's getting
Close.
a little late. Pardon?
It's getting close.
Yeah. It depends on how big a do we want to have. But I'm thinking, at a minimum, we need tours. The walking tour, which is already designed and is available, and we announced back watch this. Back in the day, a month ago, it's at the library, it's at the
Yep.
various desks in the town hall. There are some at the tavern on the outside, so you can just pick them right up. And during nice weather, we'll actually get a holder onto the common so they can get them.
Are we going to guide these tours?
I'm sorry?
Are we going to guide these tours, or are they going to?
I don't know if we'll guide them
self-guided?
or we'll have interpreters at certain locations. Because you could probably, in a lot of the spaces, just indicate 2 or 3 buildings from one spot. So as people come around, if they have specific questions. But we'd also like to maybe have a handout for the 5 or 6 really important structures, doing some basic stuff about why they're significant. And then for the cemetery, I'd like to have a map, and it would show fairly important personages, monuments to great people of the past, monuments to people that could afford something big. But also, we could show people where there are Civil War soldiers buried, and most people may not know that. And in the cemetery, we might have a couple of interpreters, just in case, so you don't have to walk across, you can do a segment.
Can I ask a question?
Yep.
Sort of a dumb question, but where are the Revolutionary War soldiers buried? Are they in Center Cemetery, or are they
They would
elsewhere?
they would be in Corbin.
Corbin?
Yeah.
That cemetery up in the center
It's a,
started in 1837, and
Yes,
by then they were
37
already in the
cemetery.
ground.
Yeah.
well, maybe not all of them.
I think so.
I think some were
Probably.
moved.
A
but
couple of old geezers, you never
Well,
know.
maybe a few geese.
Yeah, so Corbin
Corbin,
is,
so basically this would be Civil War. and-
yeah, the DAR does a lot of work in Corbin around the cemeteries, and we'd invite them to help us out in Village Cemetery. I think they
Is that
do.
what that's called, the Village Cemetery?
That's
The
what-
one
yeah.
right on that, I never knew that was the name of it.
Yeah, on the rise.
Hmm.
And you think, it looks like the oldest one.
Yeah, it does.
You just think, well, this has been here forever.
Until you find the Corbin one. Yeah.
And Corbin looks new.
Part of it does.
I haven't been
Well-
by the Corbin in a long time.
Yeah. But because I think the oldest part is the least accessible, which is probably a good idea, and the new roadways went around it, so you think of it as a newer cemetery. But Village just sits up there, it has that fabulous new.
Can I ask a
It's a nice
question?
spot.
But you also have the, like Carpenter Road.
Yeah,
There are quite a few smaller sales.
Yeah.
There are other cemeteries which may have both. Village cemeteries inside the historic district is the one we're going.
that's it.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Maybe I should cut, well, I don't know the answer, so I'm asking it. On the historic tour, are there any Corbin houses? I mean, Corbin? I mean, maybe I should.
Original Corbin families?
Yeah. No, I mean, is there any house there that is still standing that was a Corbin house? I guess that's what I'm asking.
Think
I
so.
don't think so, Mike. Do you?
I don't
Nothing
even,
that jumps right out at me.
I just wondered.
My
Green-
impression of the Corbins is that they were actually out closer to where Corbin Cemetery is.
Oh, okay.
Out in that area of town.
Yeah.
I don't recall.
I don't know anything
any
about the Corbin, history of the Corbin,
Right.
so I just wondered, all right.
No, for what it's worth, there's a,
I mean, we're going back a few years with the really significant Corbins, like James Corbin, who donated the land for the cemetery, was an original founder of Woodstock. That's how far back he goes. You know, he was an old
Really?
man by the time he gets to Dudley.
Hmm.
and
Dudley had a couple of those.
there's a Corbin sawmill account book at Old Sturbridge Village in their historic documents collection. I looked at it,
Hmm.
so I know that one's there.
Hmm.
If you're interested in Corbins, it's one place
Well,
to look.
I guess I am, because I don't know, I mean, here I've been in Dudley pretty much my whole life and don't know the origin of the word Corbin. I mean, what family it referred to, I just
Yeah.
thought
Still
maybe-
have time.
We'll see, we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. We don't make any
The
guarantees.
days are getting shorter.
Just because I said you have time doesn't mean you do.
Okay.
I think you still have time.
Okay, thank you.
I think we have some time left. But that's what we're going to have to figure out. Somebody has to be at the church, somebody has to be at the tavern, somebody has to be in the Commons, someone at the Grange, and then 3 or 4 spots along the walkway, somebody at the Carter House, and at least probably 2 people.
Johnny Davis is buried in that cemetery, village cemetery. He's one of our Dudley prison guys, Andersonville guys.
Oh, Anderson, yeah, yeah. Good. So we'll come up with the thing. The only thing I got to do right off is nail down a date. And I'm thinking the third Thursday is the Strawberry Festival on a Thursday. I'm wondering if we tried for Saturday.
How would,
It's Saturday or Sunday?
how
About
goes
that same
Saturday?
weekend.
Saturday's better.
I would think, well, we're talking June, so
Yeah.
unless it pours, the weather shouldn't be a consideration. It'll be warm by
June
then.
is usually spectacularly
Yes, it
nice
is.
up there. And what I'll look at is, I was thinking to be close to the Strawberry Festival because they'd gear up their cooking apparatus on Thursday. And if we do something on Saturday, then the chances are they're still available to do something then.
So we're talking the third Saturday or fourth
Nope,
Saturday?
that would be June 20th, the first day of summer,
Oh, even better.
because the third Thursday in June is June 18th.
Yeah.
And that Sunday is Father's Day, June
Oh,
21st.
okay, good, we got to avoid that.
So,
So that's the answer, June 20. I will alert the troops to start thinking about that. And we'll see what we can do.
I think we should also, I know the time is short, but the district signs should probably be up by then too. If we can. So we should start thinking harder about what we want those signs to look like and say.
Yeah.
Where we're gonna put them, which side of the road.
I'm having a meeting with a guy from Graphics Unlimited next week. Part of my thought is to chat with him and see what he's thinking about. The simpler, the better, I think, if you come to the 4 corners. We can still use that woodcut we use all the time, or have used, you know, the one from the 1800s.
Okay.
That shows Dudley Hill,
Mhm.
Oh, the Barker one?
the barber. And just, you know, faded around the edges and just Dudley Historic, Dudley Hill Historic District.
silhouette type of thing? I mean, on the sign
Yeah, a
itself?
black and white.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Okay. Nothing.
Simple and,
The
yeah.
wood, the woodcut is an etching essentially.
Right.
How big is it, you figure?
Oh.
Neon lights.
Well, I know, a reasonable sign. We need to talk to Chief of Police and Highway Superintendent about visual issues to make sure it's within the guidelines of signage in the town and not going to cause any havoc. Other than that one, then there'll be one at the beginning and one at the other end of the district. So three signs total is what
4 signs.
we'd be looking.
Probably want 4.
Where's the fourth one?
Well, you probably want one on each side of the crossroads, facing both ways.
Oh, I was gonna have one north and, east and west. You want north and, because
No,
north and.
I'm talking, if you have one on the east, you have one on the west.
On
So
your
people
back.
traveling one way and people traveling the other way get to see them.
Yeah, but then you see the back of a sign. I hate that.
You know what?
One nice one. I could hang it in the center.
Well, I wouldn't say hang it in the center, but you could certainly double side that one.
Yes. That's the idea. We'll run some thoughts around and we'll look for funding for it.
When are you gonna meet this guy anyway? I think I'd like to go to that if I could.
On the 21st. I don't know. See you 21st, Tuesday.
What time?
Well, I'm meeting, he'll be at 10, but I don't,
Okay, I'm not gonna be able to make it to noon.
okay,
Doctor's appointment.
all right. We'll chat before then. All right, any other quickie questions on that? Does that sound all right to you, the 20th then?
Any other?
We'll shoot for that. I don't want to go any later in the month. We don't want to screw up Father's Day. And I don't want to have it the week before the Strawberry Festival. So we don't step on.
Now,
any
this is
toes.
what, just a dedication, unveiling of the
just
signage?
To celebrate it. And we'll have a small dedication event. Cover them, uncover them, whatever we want to do.
Okay.
Maybe some music, some kind of celebration thing.
Play some Paul Chaplin records.
Gingerbread.
I hope I can remember that one, because that really is cute. Yeah, good. Everybody at home is going, we knew it was shortening bread. Or, who was that they were talking about? There you go. Ask your parents if you don't know.
Can I mention, you think it's the best to have it in close proximity to the Strawberry Festival?
I do,
Okay,
because
because there is another Saturday in June,
right, it's a bit late.
27. I'm just mentioning
Yeah,
it.
no.
All right, fine.
By then, people are leaving for the July 4th location.
Okay.
They're already out of town.
Theoretically, we'll have the signs in place already by
Yes.
then, and they'll be covered,
Yeah.
you know.
Great.
We're gonna have
Plastic bag
a
over
few
there.
signs around.
Yeah, because I expect some people coming to the Strawberry Festival, will do the walking tour.
Oh,
You know,
sure,
they'll
I
say,
think so
oh,
too.
we'll do the walking tour. And get out. I don't care when they come, Thursday, Saturday, doesn't bother me, Sunday, just go, just
But
see it.
Saturday we'll have interpreters where.
Yes,
Thursday we'll
Saturday,
walk.
that'll be the full bore, and I don't want to take away from the Strawberry Festival activities for that.
Who are you thinking of to man these stations? Well, it's only 4 of us.
Oh, well,
There's 6 of us.
you'll have to
that's it.
run, I'll give you skates.
Wait, were you thinking of like Shepherd Hill Honor Society kids or something?
I don't know, there are people in town that are willing to do it.
Oh,
The tavern has people.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
not a problem.
Yeah, I don't see any personnel issues
All right.
at all. Yeah.
Should we ask the tavern to have open house tours?
Yeah, we want the tavern to be available, the Grange, the church, because they have artifacts that
Mhm.
can be displayed that are listed in the notes of the registered declaration. So let's make them all show off what they've got. The other thing I'd like to do is, at least on Center Road, I looked it over the other day, we were talking about getting signs on the houses that give the year. There aren't that many that are there.
7 maybe?
There's a handful of them, because the tavern already has it
Yep.
listed. The
The
Grange
barn.
has a plaque. Not to say we couldn't put something on the side of the building, but those kinds of things. So there are maybe 6 or 8 that we would want fabricated. And I've talked to somebody already about getting it done a certain way. I don't want to publicize what that would be yet until I get a confirmation from them they can do it. So they'd all be the same.
I see on the minutes of October 8th, we'll discuss with Pastor John White the possibility of an historical service on the Sunday of that weekend,
Yeah. He also said, yes,
possibly using an original sermon. Wow,
we have those.
Yeah.
wonderful. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
does that...
It's a big event. I mean, it's
Oh,
really
it
going to
is.
start on
It seems like-
Thursday.
It said Friday night, music?
Well, we don't know yet.
No, we don't know yet. but I
Friday
mean-
night, it could be Saturday.
Yeah, but I
day.
just happened to see this here, and I'm
Yeah,
very beautifully planned.
yeah. We'll put the thing together, and we won't go crazy about it. The Shepherd Hill Band may still be intact at that point, and I've got to find out, because I don't think the schools close quite that early, but they might. We don't know. Winter weather. And that's
Do you
pushing.
think the Shepherd Hill Band will participate?
We can only ask.
Yeah,
We can beg.
yeah.
So
Let me ask.
we'll see.
I can wear my Shepherd Hill Music Parents Association shirt.
Yeah. It's a big enough
My daughter
event in
was
the
in for
town.
8 years.
And they'd be highlighted. It wouldn't be, necessarily a march. We might have a small parade, who knows? The last time we celebrated anything, we had a reenactment at the Carter House and then all walked down to the barn for a social, and maybe we consider that again.
I think that would be a good idea, actually.
So there are a lot of little things that'll perk up and that'll suddenly come together, and then pretty soon we'll be like, well, that was great, and now it's midsummer.
That was nice, yeah.
Yeah, some of those guys are still around, still have their shirts, I'm sure, to talk to Steve Sullivan.
I'm sure we can come up with plenty of people, it's not a problem.
I'm not
We're talking
worried about it.
7 or 8 anyway.
Yeah. Okay, so put your thinking caps on, and I'm going to ask a couple of other people around town if they want to get involved with us. And we certainly need to reach out to the church and the Grange.
I've already talked to Pastor John, and he
Yeah,
is amenable
Yeah.
to doing a Priest Williams sermon.
yeah.
We have...
We have boxes of them.
We being the church have a significant
You can
collection
take his
of file
pick, we
drawings.
got a lot of them.
The only thing he said was that Priest Williams had possibly the smallest handwriting of anybody's ever seen.
It is,
It's very, I mean, the guy could put like 500 words on a piece of paper this big.
yeah.
So what we'll do
You
is
get a magnifying
we'll
glass.
transcribe it.
And we'd hope that he would be judicious in his editing.
I will edit it. Well, I will transcribe it for him because I'm
No,
actually...
no, I meant,
John?
we don't need word for word the whole sermon.
No, I understand that.
Uh,
It's an hour.
Just the editing,
I've tried to read those things, and it's really, really tough.
yeah. Might complain the whole time.
People had to sit through those?
Well, I mean, this would
Because-
actually be the First Congregational Church's Sunday service.
Right.
And they are an hour.
And you talk
Give or
for an
take-
hour?
Give or take 5 minutes, they are an hour.
Yeah,
The sermon will be edited down to about 20 minutes.
that's what we're looking for.
That's going to happen. But the issue is reading the handwriting. Letter formation for a
Didn't we?
quill pen does not
We
look like...
transcribed some of that, didn't you?
I didn't even want, I didn't want to touch it with a stick, it was so hard.
Oh, okay. I thought
Really-
some of it had been transcribed.
No.
Okay.
I have been
We're-
doing that all my life.
Folks at home who like to read old handwriting
I've been doing it all my life.
and can transcribe it, call us.
I've been doing that all my life.
Is that stuff up at the tavern now, or
What?
is it, it was?
It may be.
It's at the church.
It may be in the town vaults,
Yeah.
What, those sermons?
yeah.
We've got a whole file drawer full of church.
Yeah,
And
but,
we
uh,
have some too.
Yeah.
From the Mosley house.
Yep.
What's his face let us hold.
I thought we have them either here.
They were downstairs in
Yeah.
the vault.
I think they're still.
So
there.
this Mr. Williams, or Reverend Williams?
Priest Williams, yes.
That's the,
A vial.
of the Williams family,
Yes. Yep.
of the Williams family up there.
And we'll make the
The
Williams
Louise
family sit
family,
in the
I mean
front
Louise,
pew.
Louise Williams. Well,
Louise-
you know what I mean. She's
Yes.
married
Brian-
to,
She's in that family.
Brian,
I got you.
yes, and Jean
Williams,
is,
Mosley's.
Yes. I
Jean
got-
is still alive, she is at
Yeah.
Overlook.
So they're kicking around. We got to just start planning it.
Yeah.
How do you pronounce that first name?
Abiel,
Abiel.
A vial,
or Vile.
Well, I'm just, Abiel? I like that.
a vial Williams.
Mike says the vial, but he wasn't. He might have been here.
No,
But I don't know.
that's a good point.
Reincarnated, huh?
But, yeah,
All right, so we'll work on that.
I think he's the first that actually, the original one never was.
Never showed up, did
Well,
he?
he showed up, but he never
Didn't stay.
He never was ordained
Yeah,
at the church.
right. They,
And they went for 5 or 6 years without, I think, 17.
So the original sermon was from the
37 was
1700s?
Oh, yeah.
I
Yeah.
think
Okay, I'm
Priest
good.
Williams was ordained in 1737. or 38.
probably within, you know,
No, I take that back, he's 1800s.
He's 1800s?
Yeah,
and
I think so.
Oh, I'm just
But there
wondering
was-
how old it
I
is.
saw a sermon
There should be a year before the word
in
sermon.
the case just outside the sanctuary of the church that had a June date on it.
yeah.
And I'm just thinking, what the heck?
Yeah, take a look. The other thing that's happened in June would have been, no, it would have been July. Never mind, skip that. We're not going to stuff something in June.
There are sermons from the 1770s
Yeah.
in that, not a Vial Williams, because he was too young then, but there are old sermons
We can
when
meet
the
with
Revolution was still
with
around
Pastor
in that
John to go
collection.
over
Yeah.
and say, and he may want excerpts.
Well, he definitely doesn't want an hour.
A little, well, I know it, but a little piece from this and then 20 years later and 50 years later.
There's a biography page. We have a book in the back of the church that starts at the beginning and has a small biography page
Yeah,
for every pastor of the church up to John.
yeah.
They're all
Well,
there.
it's, he knows his audience.
Mhm.
It's going to be
We'll
his,
work on it.
going to be his show.
I'll work on it.
We gotta find out where the Mosley Williams collection is at this time. It was down in the vault, but they moved some of that stuff back to the tavern. So I don't
Might be in the
know how that
fireproof
broke
safe
down.
there.
Did they take everything? Did they leave?
We'll look it over. We'll see where
Yeah,
where it
I
landed.
know, like I said, the church has a series up to, it's not, they're not gonna be hard to find.
All right.
What is this Dudley Dairies anyway? What's that?
Dairies.
Publication of
Dudley
Dudley
Dairies.
Dairies.
Dairies?
Dairies.
Oh, Dairies, oh, okay.
Did you think this was 50 Shades of Dudley?
Yeah, yeah.
We could make money on that.
Not likely. Not
Well,
from Dudley.
you sell them, they're wrapped in brown paper. They pay a price. If it isn't what they wanted, oh well. That's funny. No, publication of the Dudley Dairies.
Diaries, D-A-I-R-I-E-S, Diaries.
Yeah, D-I-A.
This is
This is
DAI.
It's D-A-I, yeah.
Dairies. There you go. He is getting them out.
Where are they
People are
available?
ordering them.
Oh, you have to order from him?
Yes, from
Oh,
him.
I see. Did he self-publish? Must have.
He did self-publish, and he is not receiving any revenue from this. He just does it at cost, but you have to order it from him because he'll go to the publisher. They're publishing them.
Couple at a
As
time.
needed.
Whenever he
Yeah.
walks in there, they bang out a few for him.
So they don't need to wait for an order of 10 or something. If you order it, they'll, in a
Oh.
reasonable amount of time, you can get them. The cost on these, the article in the Times didn't indicate what the cost was. And so
No,
I
it
got a
didn't.
couple
I
of
just
phone
didn't.
calls, but they're in the $49 range, which,
47 something.
yeah, but then there's a
47.66.
tax on it.
Oh, okay.
So it's in the $49 range.
Is it hardcover or soft cover?
No, it's a binded.
It's a binded.
a
Spiral binding.
a Spiral bound. Because they're large size, you know, it's this size,
Oh,
folio size,
What about this thing?
and it's thick.
oh, so you've seen them?
Oh, yes, yes,
Oh.
we had
At the last
one, we had
meeting.
one at the
Oh,
last meeting.
Sorry, I missed it,
Okay,
for more than one reason.
I know. The tavern's bought one, the town is buying one, and the library will buy one. Webster Library is going to buy one.
Charlie bought one.
The what?
Charlie bought one.
Yeah. Chuck Chirpick bought one. Private people have bought them, because they had that big
Sandy got
interest.
one.
Yeah. A few members of the board of the tavern have purchased them. And those were just the people that saw them initially. So once they kind of get out there, you know, it'll be interesting. And he's going to be invited to do a presentation. I'm wondering if the Webster Dudley Historical Society was the one setting that up, or the Dudley Library. I don't know which, but it'll be announced when we know. Okay. Other business, where are we?
Want to go back to financial?
Yeah. Let me look. We do have some money. We have a lot of preservation money. And we're thinking about digitizing more things that we have. Back in the day when we started doing this, digitizing was just kind of there. We did digitize some of this stuff, but we were more interested in the actual preservation of the document and copying it so that we could save the preserved document and use the copy of it. But the digitizing at that time maybe was, did we get microfiche some stuff? Now what we're looking at is to get it uploaded so we can have it on our
Online.
website and people could go in and look at some of this stuff on a town website. So that's going to be the next wave.
I don't know who we could go to for advice on that, you know, that's, we ought to, me getting my head around that.
Yeah. You're out of this one. You don't have to
Yeah,
worry about it.
yeah.
They've moved on from us.
I'd recommend an archivist, but that's
Yeah.
me.
We'll
Well,
work
you know,
on it.
Dan is still contributing, and I don't really know what to recommend.
Yeah.
I'm not sure Laurie does either, you know.
Well, that's it. We need to put a little group together. What have we got? What do we want to digitize? What hasn't been done yet? And what is digitized? Make
We've
sure
got,
that's
we've got
uploaded.
all that material that was taken up to the tavern and then taken out of the tavern and taken back downstairs,
Yeah.
that they don't have to. It's not law that they have to save that stuff, but by now, it's over 100 years old, a lot of it, and it's really, really neat.
Yeah.
And it needs to be preserved, maybe copied,
Yeah.
and maybe uploaded too, you know, but
Yeah, we don't
there's a
need-
lot of stuff there that still can be handled in the own way, in the old way. The people that were working with Laura for years and years looked at some of that stuff and they said it would be about $600 a volume.
Mhm.
And Christ, there's 140, 150 books there, you know.
It's probably lower than that now, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, things have moved on a little bit. The scanning is easier.
Prices have come down
Yeah,
somewhat.
yeah.
But
So.
you
we-
can, you
we
can
need to-
copy that stuff now. You've got to put it on a automatic copying machine, but that's still about $1 a page.
It's-
It
well-
started out being $4 a page for this stuff.
Yeah.
And now it's come down to about $1. We went around with that a couple of 3 years ago, but it's still a duffel bag full of money.
Yeah, it's not gonna be cheap.
Not a sea bag?
A sea bag, you know,
There you go.
a sea
Sea
bag
bag.
full of money.
Duffel bag. He's changing it up as he goes over here.
Just get a list of priorities and start with the most valuable and work your way through.
Yeah, we have a good amount of money in our preservation account to start doing this next phase.
How much do they list in?
I didn't circle these, so I don't know. I'd have to take some time to go
The
through.
anonymous donor just came by in December and dropped off another check to
Yeah,
Laura.
another
Lori.
Another sack of money,
Another sack of money, yeah.
sea bag. So we're good. The town has been generous,
Yeah, that's
the
right.
donor has been generous. We're ready to move into the next phase. And the town administrator is interested in getting involved, so we'll get this thing up and running. I think it's good. The fresh, you get fresh eyes on it, you know, it's suddenly like, we're still stuck 15 years ago with most of the stuff.
You can go online now and go to certain websites and go to a newspaper. And you can click on the edition,
Yeah,
the number, and bring the whole shebang up on your screen. There it is, right there.
So
And that's-
you don't have to go to
That's not everywhere though, but
Webster Lake, that shop where she keeps all the old editions of, I've been
well,
there.
that's on
it's Manzi.
Yes, Carla Manzi, yes.
Carla. It's
Yeah.
on, most of the Webster Times anyway, is on microfilm, microfiche, which
Both of which are
Film,
dead
microfilm.
technologies.
film.
Oh,
But you gotta sit there and go through all of that,
Yeah.
you know. Whether that ever gets,
You can't really work with that stuff that Carla has too much more
No,
anymore because
that's-
it's falling apart.
it's-
It's just disintegrating.
well, I know, I've been there.
Yeah.
I've been in it.
yeah,
Yeah.
and that's it, everybody's been in it, so.
Yeah, the thing is, I mean,
It's a good resource, but it's,
Yes.
you can go
disappearing.
online and you can knock down your pop-up blocker. You could look at virtually any deed written in Massachusetts. You can look
Yes.
at the vital records of
Deeds are
virtually every
incredible.
town in
Yeah.
Massachusetts. There are some exceptions. One of the things that has irritated me to no end is that you can't look at the early deeds of Roxbury without being president of Suffolk County Courthouse.
really,
And the early deeds of Roxbury are the ones for the 1730s when Dudley was created.
Yeah.
yeah.
So I can't get those online. I can get all the ones from the Worcester County Courthouse,
Yeah,
but not the Roxbury.
they just haven't got around to it, or?
I called them and asked, and they just said,
No.
they're not going to. They're digitized,
Oh,
but they're not available online. You
Okay.
have to be at the courthouse to use them,
okay.
but they are digitized.
Hmm.
There are others like that too, but all the Worcester ones are incredibly easy to get,
That's probably within the last 10 years too.
probably less,
Yeah, probably less than that.
but
'Cause
I mean,
I
I
was
remember-
always going down to Worcester for my wife to get down there and
I
look at
remember
these
you
things.
doing
and-
deed
That
research
was-
on a microfilm.
Yeah, that was a pain, wasn't it?
And that was always a pain, or having to go to,
Copy them and bring them
go right
back.
to the courthouse, but right on my computer, get it all.
Yep.
It's incredible stuff.
All right, other business not known?
How about preservation projects? Anything?
Nothing new on a Veterans Monument. I still gotta find a cleaner, somebody to clean those tablets.
Seems to me somebody bombarded that monument with walnut shells, just like you read about in the paper, see on TV. Yeah,
It's like sandblasting.
Sandblasting.
Oh, okay, I had visions of kids going by and throwing walnuts.
No,
at
no,
it.
no,
Okay.
they grind up walnuts.
Yeah,
and-
or pecans or coconuts or whatever it is.
Seems to me I recall that.
Yeah, I don't know.
But you can see what happens if you don't keep up with it, because there's one side of that statue that faces the sun that's really washed out.
Yeah. Anybody concerns, comments? What?
Concerned? No, I'm not concerned. What, me worry?
He's
No new business.
nostalgia tonight, you know? Okay. And no guest comments. See, I hate it when we don't have a peanut gallery. All right,
I'm gonna make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
all in favor?
Hi,
Hi.
We're out of here, folks.
7:27.